So welcome to another vlog in what can only be described as a gloomy and even almost thundery afternoon, but that's okay because I'm out having a ride on my motorbike, and any day you're out riding your motorbike is a good day. So for those of you that know, I ride a Harley-Davidson Sport Glide. And for those of you who don't know, now you do, I ride a Harley-Davidson Sport Glide. And I bought the Sport Glide because I believe it to be a very touring capable motorbike, but there were a few mods that I needed to do to the bike to make it a bit more touring capable in my view. And those mods consisted of about 3, maybe 4 things that either have been done or need to be done, and I'll be set to hit the road and whack a couple of 1,000 kilometers in a weekend on this thing, no problem at all. So the first mod that I did, and I'm absolutely stoked that I did it, and it has made my riding just so much more comfortable, and that is I swapped my forward control pegs for a pair of floorboards, and I can't believe the difference that it's made, to be honest. It has really made this ride so comfortable. Just that ability to rest my feet on a bit more of a flat surface, sort of enabling my legs to just relax that bit more, and out on the highway I'm just that bit more relaxed. So the second mod I did was install a set of crash bars. Now I suppose that comes from a bit more of a negative position, or I suppose a defensive position, in the sense that if I am out doing a big 2,000 or 3,000 kilometer ride, if something happens and I manage to tip the bike over, it's going to be a lot easier to pick the bike up. The bike comes in at around about 320 kilos, so it's not the heaviest bike in the world. Like, I reckon I wouldn't have any problem picking it up, but if I'm out in the scrub, you know, obviously on a sealed road, but if I'm out in the bush somewhere and the bike's tipped over, I don't want to be battling to pick it up, or, you know, I just want to make it as easy as possible while I'm on my own and I haven't got support around me to pick the bike up and get going again. So so that's why I had the crash bars installed. I like the black look of the crash bars. It just goes with everything else on the bike too, so obviously the choice was black or chrome, and I actually reckon it's really enhanced the look of the bike, and it makes it look more like a touring bike as well. And the reason why I bought the Sport Glide, by the way, instead of like a touring bike such as a Road King or maybe even like an Electric Glide Standard, look, I mean, a couple of reasons. I guess price being one of those reasons. This bike's going to come in at least 5 or 6 grand cheaper than a Road King or an Electric Glide Standard. I can't think of all the prices offhand. I'll chuck them on the screen. But secondly, this bike is so damn comfortable. It is just so damn comfortable. And by the way, I'm riding with the stock Harley-Davidson seat, so I haven't installed an aftermarket seat. This stock Harley-Davidson seat is absolutely comfortable as it is unbelievable. And I've had this bike now 3 months. I've only done about 3,500 k's. Let's have a look. 3,510. So I haven't done heaps, but I haven't done none either. And of that 3,500 kilometers, I tell you what, you know, I ride for 200, 300, 400, 500 k's at a time, and I'm not hobbling when I get off this bike. It is just really comfortable. So from a touring perspective, this bike really is ticking all the boxes for me. The comfort's there. Now I've installed these floorboards. I've got the extra comfort to be able to relax my legs and just place my feet on the floorboards and just not worry about, you know, moving my moving my feet around the pegs. So now that I've got the crash bars installed, or the crash bar I should say, because there is no rear crash bar for the softer models, well certainly not the Sportglide anyway. Yeah, so now that I've also got the crash bar installed, yeah, I don't have that fear of being able to pick the bike up again if I drop it somewhere. So you know, like, the only other thing that I need to get now is a windscreen for this bike, and that's where I've been having a few dramas. Now I've sort of shortlisted it down to Memphis Shades is one that I've seen, so they're on the list, Memphis Shades, and they've got a bunch of different windscreens. Obviously, excuse me. Obviously, there's the stock Harley-Davidson option, not the one that comes with the fairing, but I believe Harley-Davidson have got maybe a taller 7-inch windshield. But yeah, but I've heard mixed reviews on whether or not windshields are worth the bother, or whether or not to just go with sort of no windshield. But I mean, the thing is, doing the touring Ks, I really do think that I need something just to block that wind a little bit. But from what I'm led to believe, and you know, I've done a fair bit of research, that if you don't get the right one, you could create this kind of air pocket that comes in behind the windshield, and in some ways you could actually make it worse. So, you know, ironically, you buy a windshield to prevent buffering, and in some ways you actually make it worse. So the jury's out as to whether or not, well, I mean, I do think it's worth it, but my difficulty from here at this moment in time is to actually find the right windshield. So I've got a couple in mind. Memphis Shades right now is the only one that I can think of. Yeah, so, and then obviously the other modification that I've done thus far to this motorcycle is the one that everybody does when they buy a motorbike, or buy a Harley-Davidson anyway, and that is change the exhaust. So I added a Reinhart 4.5 slip-on. I did it last week, and I must say I'm a lot happier with the sound than the previous. Gee, that bridge is a bit bumpy. Yeah, I'm a lot happier with the sound from the Reinhart than I was with the factory exhaust. Factory exhaust obviously just makes the bike sound like a sewing machine, doesn't it? No one wants that. So I didn't get a tune, and I didn't change the header pipes, so I just changed the slip-on, took out the stock slip-on, put on a Reinhart slip-on, Reinhart 4.5 slip-on to be exact. I'll leave a link below. But yeah, so they're the mods that I've done so far to my Sportglide. Crash bars, the floorboards, which I'm very happy with, the Reinhart slip-on, which I'm very happy with, and now I've just got to figure out my windshield problem. But for anybody out there riding a Sportglide, what windshield do you got? How tall is it? How tall are you? How does it minimize the buffering that you get from the wind? I'm really keen to hear. Okay, well, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.